virtual tour. I would like to welcome all of you, and also in name of ITHF, all ITHF committee, I would like to welcome as well. So be welcome to the Australia virtual tour. And I would like to ask Surinder to introduce our speaker tonight.
Hello, ITHFers. Good day. My name is Surinder Khanna, and I'm a member of the ITHF Virtual Committee or Travel Committee. I'm very happy, and I'm sure so are you, that after a long time, we're beginning to see signs of the decline of this terrible pandemic that has plagued us. Hopefully soon, we'll be able to travel in person again. However, despite the dark traits of this virus, on the positive side, we identified a new opportunity. We forged a new platform, an opportunity with new dimensions to enjoy travel virtually. Admittedly, virtual travel is unique, and it allows us with this technology to be able to travel all over the world in the comfort of our home. And with the Zoom breakout rooms, we can maintain old contacts and create new ones with like-minded Rotarians. And this brings me to our presentation today. We are indeed fortunate to have with us a very experienced and knowledgeable presenter to join her on the adventure to this wonderful part of the world and explore Queensland, Australia. And to this end, Rotarians, I have distinct pleasure in introducing you to our adventure leader, Pam Gregory. A short bio: Pam joined Harvey Bay Sunrise Club in Queensland, Australia on June the 17th, 2008 for fellowship and help contribute to her local community. In Rotary, Pam has held positions of club president, secretary, treasurer, community director, and is currently club trainer for Rotary Information and President-elect. At the district level, Pam was district treasurer 2015 to 2018 and has been a district conference chair on 2015 and 2021, assistant governor 2018 to 2020, and in addition, Pam is a facilitator of district training team and has conducted the treasury training for clubs in the district via Zoom from 2019 to 2022. She is also a polio chair and was in 2016. Pam is a member of four Rotary fellowships and a member of Water and Sanitation Action Group. And if that was not enough, Pam is also an ITHF member and ITHF Vice President for Queensland 2019 to 2023. One busy lady, I would say. Thank you, Pam, for your interest and your service to Rotary. Take it away, it's all yours.
Hello, fellow Rotarians, and thank you, Surinder. I didn't realise I'd done so much, but I love Rotary. It's been my lifesaver, actually. So thank you very much for that introduction. Firstly, and I will explain why I'm doing this. Firstly, may I take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land here in Queensland and recognise their continuing connection to land, water and community. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. Now you will hear different versions of that at the beginning of most functions, meetings, conferences, etc. Not necessarily Rotary meetings, but anything else that you attend throughout Australia that they do acknowledge the traditional owners who are the Aboriginal people of Australia. So if you can just bear that in mind when you are travelling to Australia. Okay, I'm going to share a screen with you. Okay, first up, Queensland, Australia. This is an aerial view of the Great Barrier Reef, which is World Heritage listed, and I'll talk about that a little bit further on. So here is a map of Australia. And I live up here on the north of Queensland, and it's just 3 hours north of Brisbane, which is the capital of this state. Australia is broken down into Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, the Northern Territory, and Western Australia and South Australia. So the population of, sorry, I'm just, where's my,
If you go over toward the middle on the orange,
it's
you
not
see slide.
there.
You see slideshow. You see
yeah, that's
slideshow
not-
up at the top.
No, it's not.
it
I
is.
think it's because, I know why, it's because my hosting bit is now at the top.
Because it says slideshow right up there on the top. Does
No, it
not work?
doesn't. I know where to look for it, but it's not there because it's taken over by your by all the mutes and all that sort of stuff.
Oh,
Ben,
'cause-
just at the bottom where it says notes, comments, toward near the Zoom bar, there's a little screen. Press on that because that's also to start the slideshow.
No.
At the bottom of your screen, near the Zoom slider.
Yeah, the fourth icon after the comments.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, no, not that one.
This
No.
go further down.
Fourth one, third one from there.
Go
Slide.
One,
further down.
two more. Next,
Yeah, that
next,
one.
there you go, there.
Okay, my apologies for that. I thought I
Not a
had this
problem.
down pat. Okay, Queensland population is 25.69 million people, or in Australia. And Queensland covers a large area of 1.85 million square kilometres. And travel around Queensland can be by road, plane flights, trains, and coaches. The Prime Minister of Australia is Scott Morrison, and the Premier of Queensland is Anastasia Palaszczuk. Australia is known for its wildlife of koalas and kangaroos. Queensland is well known for its pristine beaches in the background of my photo along the coastline, and surfing is a popular pastime. This area is known as the Scenic Rim. It's been in the Lonely Planet's top 8 for 2022. You'll see some photos here, and it's a beautiful scenic part of Queensland, just 40 minutes from the Gold Coast, with lots of walking and cycle trails. And these photos show the different terrain of the area. It's our cycling trails. And Hazelwood Estate is this property. Pictured here is located in that scenic rim, and it's a privately owned polo and wagyu farm. Wagyu is a breed of cattle native to Japan, and the word wagyu literally means Japanese beef. Wagyu is on the menu in top class restaurants and venues throughout Australia. Here you can taste the region's finest ingredients, enjoy a scenic bushwalking trail, or just relax. Brisbane is the capital of Queensland, built on the Brisbane River. Brisbane is classified as a global city and is an advanced centre of research and innovation in the Asia Pacific. The city has strengths in technology, including mining research, green energy, medicine and biotechnology, cryptocurrency, digital industries and robotics. A transport hub, Brisbane is served by large rail, bus and ferry networks. It has Australia's largest airport and third largest seaport. A diverse city with over 32% of its metropolitan population being foreign born. Brisbane is consistently ranked among the world's most livable cities. Brisbane has hosted major events, including the 1982 Commonwealth Games, World Expo 88, the 2014 G20 Summit, and will host the 2032 Summer Olympics and Paralympics. Lots of boating. The University of Queensland, and I'm sure you already know about the Rotary Peace Fellowships. The foundation awards each year up to 50 fellowships for master's degrees and 80 for certificates, and Queensland has one of those universities. Harvey Bay, where I live, is the gateway for access to Fraser Island. The island was recently renamed back to its original Aboriginal name of Gari. Gari is UNESCO World Heritage listed and the largest sand island in the world, covering an area of 1,655 square kilometres, and it's 122 kilometres long. Fraser Island dingoes are protected, and due to the remoteness of the island, they have the ability to become the purest strain of dingo on the eastern seaboard. Domestic dogs are banned on the island, and just like us, these dingoes, they love to travel, swim and spend a lot of time on the beach, often walking up to 40 kilometres a day. Adult dingoes may sound fierce, but they're about the size of a medium dog. And unlike domestic dogs, dingoes don't bark, but they howl like wolves. As Australia's largest terrestrial carnivorous, they love meat. Their diets include kangaroos, wombats and other small mammals, but they've even been pictured eating fish. Dingoes are at the apex of Fraser Island's food chain, which makes them a vital player in the island's conservation. And while they're pretty cute and might resemble your dog, visitors must remember that these wild animals are unpredictable and shouldn't be approached. There is so much to see on the island. I go there every year, and lakes, creeks, varieties of trees and plants. The island is administered by Queensland Parks and Wildlife Services. The ranger tours are in four-wheel drive buses, and they're a great way to see and enjoy Fraser Island. The number of visitors are limited to the island, and if using your own vehicle, it needs to be a four-wheel drive. Access is by boat or ferry, but local small planes conduct tours landing on this beach on the western side of the island. So there's some of the plant that grows there, and these are some of the walking tracks. There's heaps of those. So this is Kingfisher Bay Resort, built of material with the environment in mind. It's located on the island and provides accommodation and restaurants. It's an ecologically sustainable business that fosters environmental and cultural understanding, appreciation, and conservation. There are two other resorts and private homes are also on the island. Whales are yearly visitors to Harvey Bay, and unlike other destinations where the whales are passing by on their annual migration from Antarctica, in Harvey Bay, the whales stop over for a number of days. From July to November, whales are everywhere, resting and playing in the calm waters sheltered by Fraser Island. The whales are so relaxed here and in such great numbers, it is simply the best place to watch whales in Australia, if not the world. The result is the inquisitive humpback whales curiously approach whale watching vessels to within metres for extended periods. And you can expect to get up close and personal to a humpback whale in Harvey Bay. The best time to whale watch in Harvey Bay, as I said before, is mid-July to late September, when the whales can be seen with their calves. Mirabara is a city 40 kilometres from the coast and was first settled in 1847 by Europeans and is one of Queensland's oldest cities. Known as the Heritage City, it was settled as a wool port and served as the Fraser Coast immigration port in the early days of Australian settlement. It was second only to Sydney. Residents take extreme pride in their colonial and heritage-based lives and the beautiful plants, trees, and wildlife that adorns the area. This is the privately owned Mirabara Military and Colonial Museum and is the largest outside of Canberra and pays tribute and provides a testament to not only those heroes who fought in distant lands to ensure our way of life and prosperity, but also those courageous and determined people who pioneered and progressed the Mirabara area for almost 2 centuries. Helen Lyndon Gough became known to the world as P.L. Travis, author of the Mary Poppins stories. Mirabara has a unique connection with P.L. Travis, and the building where she was born in the photo, just in the back here, is now a tribute to her influence of her writings and the retelling of her stories. And this pedestrian crossing, the council have put a tribute to her. And this is actually my granddaughter filling out a form. So Queensland industry is opal mining, aluminium, coal, cotton growing, sunflowers, beef and dairy cattle, sheep farming and commercial fishing. There are cheese factories, mainstream breweries, boutique breweries and numerous wineries scattered throughout the regions. The famous Bundaberg rum is located in Bundaberg, 4 hours north of Brisbane. Tours of these facilities are a great way to see the manufacturing of these products. The Gold Coast is a favourite tourist destination with theme parks for family entertainment, water sports and time for relaxing. For those fishing enthusiasts, charter days on the water are a must, or just enjoy the local seafood at restaurants and cafes. This area is west of the Gold Coast is called the Hinterland. This area encompasses the World Heritage listed Lamington National Park with resorts such as Binnaburra Lodge and O'Reilly's Rainforest Retreat. O'Reilly's has been a favourite getaway destination for me for many years. And there's always something new to see, a new walking trail or local fauna each time I visit. This is Binnaburra Lodge, which was burnt down in recent years from bushfires, but has been rebuilt to be an amazing venue with the environment in mind. So next we go to the Outback of Queensland, which is so unique, contrasting from desert to rainforest areas with beautiful waterfalls and rock formations. Hiking and walking trails through these areas are favourites with locals and tourists. So you can see that the Eddy is very, very different terrain, and you can drive through it and it's completely different again. Some of the creeks where you have walking trails, and there's also guided tours around some of the areas with the park rangers, which is what this one is as well. But the rock formations are just unbelievable, and the waterfalls, which you can swim in because just beautiful water. So next we go to Longreach, and it's about 8 hours drive inland from the east coast. It has a large number of tourist attractions. This is the Qantas Foundation Founders Museum, the Droving Heritage Centre, the Stockman's Hall of Fame, and the Australian Age of Dinosaurs. Thompson River cruises are popular with locals and with tourists. The Queensland Government provides distance education services for the geographically isolated and other home-based students with limited educational choice. Remote learning provides for the balanced primary and secondary education needs of the children, as the population in these areas is too small for a conventional school. Where possible, traditional radio frequency has been replaced by internet technology for online learning. And as they get to senior levels, some head off to boarding school or to colleges in the cities. The outback area of Queensland has endured drought for almost a decade. Fundraising by Rotary clubs from all over Australia has been a huge focus for many years to assist families affected by the drought. Cash in the form of supermarket gift cards has meant food on the tables for some families. Mental health issues and suicides among the farmers and their families during these very difficult times are a constant reminder to us all to ensure we look after each other and be open to reach out and speak. Australian Rotary Health, supported by the Rotary Clubs, is an organisation having great results in the research and awareness of mental health issues in both adults and children, especially in remote areas. Prior to the constraints of the coronavirus, state and the state border closures, farmers and truckies in the southern states have banded together, providing free of charge more than 300 prime movers and 500 trailers, making the 3-day trek north, supplying bales of hay to the outback farming community to deliver much needed stock feed, including food for the working dogs. Recent rains have seen some green grass appear and providing much needed cattle feed, but they are a long way from being out of the drought. Follow-up rain is needed along with some really good wet seasons, and it will take many years for these farms and stations to recover. Birdsville is a popular destination once a year for the annual Birdsville races. People arrive by private planes, vehicles towing caravans and camping gear. Your own accommodation is required as the local population is around 140 residents. And this is the inside of the Birdsville Hotel. Tourists need to be aware of road trains and wildlife while travelling in the outback, and photos of animals that you may see on your trip. And you can see how desert it is. And there's the road trains going through the, so a lot of roads in the outback aren't even sealed. So this is a wombat. They get out on the roads, and of course, many, many kangaroos. They're more a pest than they are anything, and also emus. So especially be careful in the waterways of North Queensland for these crocodiles. So the Royal Flying Doctor Service in Queensland provides excellence in and access to primary health care and medical services across the state. The Emergency Retrieval Service operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, delivering the finest care to more than 330,000 Australians each year. In addition to aeromedical retrievals of the critically ill or injured, the RFDS also delivers a broad range of essential primary and preventative healthcare services, including telehealth, mental health, oral health, and health promotion to remote communities in Queensland. Now we go to the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park, which includes islands such as Hayman Island, Hamilton Island, Daydream Island, and many more. The Marine Park is World Heritage listed. Whitehaven Beach is popular because of the beautiful white sand. And for those golf enthusiasts, you can play golf on Hamilton Island. Pardon me. Aerial photos give us a greater understanding of this beautiful part of Australia and must be protected for future generations to enjoy. I can't finish the presentation without mentioning our true Aussie way of life, a barbecue in the backyard. Families and friends enjoy the outdoors, and barbecues in the backyard are held most weekends. Smoking meat and pizza ovens are also becoming popular. Rotary clubs in Australia are well known for finding fundraising opportunities, providing a barbecue for community events. And this is my club doing a barbecue for a local retirement village that had an open day. Weather permitting, most weekends you see many local families making use of the free facilities that council provide. Oh, pardon me. This photo is from an official district governor visit that I attended last year as assistant governor in the rural town of Mundubbera. We had a barbecue in the local park, which was on the bank of the local river. And it was provided to the local community by the council and the Rotary clubs of Mundubbera. This photo is of my club's social outing in the form of a progressive dinner. We visited 3 homes in one evening. The first for pre-dinner drinks and nibbles, which is what this is, and finishing up with a main course at another Rotarian's home, and another one we went to was for dessert. These are great meet and greet events for members to get to know each other and have lots of fun. Visit Harvey Bay and I'm sure we can arrange to have a progressive dinner for you to enjoy, or a barbecue in our local parks. This is just a snippet of what you can see and do in Queensland, and I trust you have enjoyed it and it has given you an incentive to consider visiting. The Rotary International Convention is located in Melbourne in June of next year, and we invite you to see and enjoy Queensland prior to the convention, or extend your stay and visit us after. We will welcome you to our beautiful Sunshine State, which today at the moment is 28 degrees Celsius here in Queensland or in Harvey Bay, but in Melbourne today is 18 degrees. Their weather is so different. So thank you very much, everyone, for your attention, and I trust that gave you a little bit of a snippet of what's in Queensland. And I'll hand back to whoever is.
Yes,
Alfonso.
I'll be taking, thank you so much, Pam. Great presentation. Didn't she make a great job? Didn't she do a great job, everybody? Did you enjoy it?
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I'm Alicia Resorven. I am a member of the Virtual Traveling ITHF Committee, along with Simi and Alonso and Amadou and
Madhu.
Surinder, who are here. We have a couple of members who are not here, but we're going to open it for questions. If anybody has any question for Pam, if you see at the bottom of the screen, there's a green button that says share screen. And if you look in that, I'm sorry, that's not true. I'm sorry, that's not true. What it says reactions, sorry, what it says reactions. If you click in the reactions, you will see raise your hand so that I can see it. But I have asked my fellow ITHF committee members that if I miss anybody, to please bring it to my attention, because sometimes, you know, we miss somebody. So anyone has a question for Pam that would like to ask a question? Anyone? Oh, Simi.
I can go first. Pam, how far is Queensland from Melbourne? So if you come to Melbourne and we want to visit Queensland, how far is it from there?
By plane, it takes about 3 hours.
Okay.
But if you're driving, it takes 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else has a question? I do have a question, Pam. From the United States, it takes, what, 24 hours to travel? Like, say, for example, from the New York airport, or from Newark airport, it takes how many hours to get to Australia? And I see Kimberly has her hand. Kimberly, you're next.
Oh, okay. No, the question I had, how did you do during the recent horrible weather that you all had over there? I have friends who live near there, and they were in Lismore, and it was really devastating.
Yes. I'll just answer Alicia first. I went to Canada a few years ago and it was 27 hours. So from Australia, and I flew from Brisbane over, from Sydney over to is it the western side that you can go up to Alaska? But it was
Vancouver.
27 hours. Yes, the flooding was absolutely terrible. It affected 2 states, Queensland and New South Wales, but unfortunately didn't get to our outback, which is where we would have loved to have had it. But